Alright, new characters, so you know what that means. It's time to see where they've landed on the tier list. We're here again at pridewin.gg, taking a look at the Wuthering Waves tier list for patch 3.4, part 2. And we're here mainly because of Suisui. If I'm saying that wrong, literally blame this guy, okay? Because you see this on screen right here? I don't care if I'm saying it wrong anymore. Look what this guy literally gave me permission to say Suisui. I'm like, you'd think I have the self-control not to say that now? I'm just gonna say that forever now. Suisui, that's how it is. But on a serious note, Suisui is busted. Okay, this character is, listen, support character, comes out in a combat gacha game. Okay, we knew this was gonna happen, right? I mean, look at Shorekeeper over here, still in tier 0. She came out in patch 1.4. Look at her. Look at her face. She's exhausted. Look at her. Compared to everybody else here, she's tired. She's tired. She needs rest. So Suisui came out in the game in order to become like kind of the best new support, because she's supporting two of the best teams in the game right now, behind Yap Yap and you know, our good old-fashioned girl here, Hayuki. As far as the actual list is concerned, she came out and, like, you know, kind of made two of the best DPS in the game like even better, you know, like that they can't really get any higher, so like the list didn't change, right? Maybe this is still early and they mean to make some placement changes, but as far as I can tell, there isn't really like anybody else that would necessarily get a super crazy synergetic buff from the past that would be put up against anybody else, right? So it's kind of like an AoE effect across the board. What the heck, an ad? My ad blocker's on. Get out of here, I'm doing the video. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and take a look at what else she's got going on behind the curtain here. All right, now let's get into the nitty-gritty here. We're going to take a look at the weapon, and then of course we'll be getting to the rest of the build and whatnot, teams, etc., etc. Now, let's take a look at the weapon, the signature first, but this is of course going to be another R5 variation situation, just TLDR. Of course, this is a very good weapon. Like, this weapon's more tired than Shorekeeper at this point. Ew, another ad. But yeah, on here, look, Shorekeeper's weapon. Just a heads up though, the team-wide attack buff on this doesn't actually get activated, so keep that in mind. However, her signature weapon, First Light's Herald, does give you a 20% attack buff. And just keep in mind, I might be looking at this slightly early, not like super early, because this is out on CN. By the time you guys see this video, this is probably out global. But like, there may be adding some more information here for like, for example, her weapon. You can see they haven't added like the exact info on what the weapon does, because technically she's not out on global yet, and I think they usually wait for certain information on Pridewin until the character's like fully out yet. There's not really like a whole lot to really write home about, other than you could totally just use R5 if you want, but if you really want to like get more out of the character, the signature is really strong, makes it really easy to build the character. And also, of course, you get the 20% attack buff. It's not like, oh my god, crazy, but if you want that little boost, that is a way to get it. Thankfully, with Wuthering Waves, the Echo sets are like super easy, because they come out with signature sets and whatnot, right? And so it's pretty straightforward. So Song of Feathered Trace is the best one to use. Try to get this eventually. If you can't, get another ad. Rejuvenating Glow is okay for day 1 or as a budget option, but you really do want to get Song of Feathered Trace when you can, right? Now, as far as the Echo stats are concerned, for costs, you're going to go with the crit damage, of course. Now, with the 3 costs, you're going to want to go with at least 1 energy regen. And then you could use, on the third one, a budget option of HP % if you want, or just another energy regen, of course. Now, for the 1 cost, HP %, duh. Now, for substats, energy regen, you want to get to 260% energy regen in order to min-max her. So that's the most important substat to go for. Then after that, crit damage, and then after that, sort of midway, I'd go for HP. And then as far as crit rate, basic attack damage, and HP are concerned, like, go for those if you can, or like whatever. These aren't as important as these other ones here, right? Now, as far as main endgame stats, overall stats to go for, 35,000 plus HP, 1100 plus defense, 1100 plus attack, and then with crit rate, 20% plus, not a huge deal. Crit damage, 250 plus, and then energy regen, 260 plus. Again, that 260 is a threshold that you are trying to meet to min-max her, right, to get her to the maximum potential. Now, glacial damage, not so important, right? All right, now Suisui's character synergies and teams. Okay, so she just so happens to be able to support the best characters in the game, for DPS, that is, right? So pretty straightforward, right? Best team right now is going to be the Yap Yap team, okay? Pairing together with Chissa in order to be able to make that happen. You could use Rebecca, or you could use Frolova as well. Side note, Frolova may display the strongest results in Whimpering Waste. Direct quote from Pridewind themselves. Those aren't my words, but I'll take their word for it, right? Frolova in Whimpering Waste, yeah, sounds good. So yeah, anyways, a Hayuki team, it's pretty straightforward, right? You slap our Suisui on the end of there with Lucia and Hayuki, and boom, bada bing, bada boom. And then you could use a Linnea, of course, as a budget or a alternative option. And then the Amieth team, which, again, straightforward, run, you know, her as the support on that team. She basically fills in as a support on the 3 best DPS teams in the game currently right now, which is, yeah, that's a big deal. All right, well, this is kind of interesting, right? The pros and cons, with a very short list of pros and a very long list of cons. Actually, it's just kind of silly. These cons are longer worded, so it just looks longer, but it's really not. The best support for a ton of negative status characters, currently a really strong meta archetype, and she has easy rotations, almost no complexity to it. Suisui, built-in grouping for multi-wave content, and she's free-to-play friendly and fully operational at S0R0. Variation is a perfectly fine weapon replacement for her signature, right? Now let's take a look at the cons, right? I'm interested in this, actually. I haven't read it. Full buffs only activate under the extremely specific condition of direct negative status consumption, making it difficult to increase her team flexibility, as even her S1 tries to accomplish that. It doesn't really help her in practice. Interesting. Very low headroom for a quick swap, if not non-existent. Needs an intro to get her rotation started quickly. Wants to stay on the field to do stack or attack chains. Some of her buffs expire on swap and take a while to be able to take effect. Low sequence value in general. One of the... Oh my god, the ads! I have an ad blocker on, I promise. Low sequence of value in general. One of the lowest in the modern era. Basically no room for vertical investment. Wow! Wait, this is actually a big deal. These are actually kind of noteworthy. So she's really good out of the box. She doesn't really get much out of vertical investment. So pretty much S0R1 is valid, but you don't really need to get more. Pretty much is what I'm understanding from this. If you're a whale, she's not necessarily gonna be the character to whale on. Heads up. Okay, so I'm going to try to put this as simply as I possibly can. If you run negative status characters on your account, try to pull her if you can. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you to like spend money in the game or something wild like that, but your Chissa is tired and you could really use the Suisui, okay? Anyways, let me know if you're going to be pulling this character, if you're excited about anyone else coming out in the future, or anything else about the game. If you like this kind of stuff, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.